And welcome to Week Roundup. We're up to Division 4 and I'm with our producer, Luke Hosey.
G'day, Dars, how are you?
Good, what's happening?
No,
pleasure just to do it with the producer. Usually he's there, just all these signals about what's going on, but...
Knowlesy pulled the pin on us at
the last minute. Seriously, Knowlesy, that's, yeah.
So stuck with me?
Yeah, that's all good. Division 4 already, last game, so we've got a few people at the moment. They're on Mad Monday, probably the 7th or 8th hour on Mad Monday, so having a few bevies and talking what the year it could have been.
Yeah, should be some wonderful behaviour going on around Adelaide at the moment, I can just sense it.
Any arrests? I don't think so, but anyway, start off with whether this was a shock or not. It's Kilburn taking on Edwardstown, and usually I go against Kilburn because they win. That's what's happened. That's what Andy Graham keeps saying to me, that every time you back us we lose, and every time you don't back us we win. So again, last week I didn't back you and this time you lost, so it's not always going to work. So, but Kilburn went down. It was Edwardstown 14-9-93 to Kilburn 8-4-52. So it still didn't change their positions on the ladder. So it was 10 and 8, 4th and 5th. So they'll play each other again this week.
Yeah, but Kilburn could have finished third if they won.
If they won, absolutely they could have. So it would have been Prac would have dropped out maybe.
Yep, they would have.
On percentage, and probably not so much Jeps Cross, depending on the percentage.
Jeps would have been playing Kilburn this week if they'd won Kilburn. Yeah. So they had a lot to play for, and they couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, and if Edwardstown lost, that may have, depending on the percentage with Mitcham, they may have actually dropped out of the five. So that was a very close contest there in this division. So, but anyway, it wasn't to be, and I heard about it on Facebook that I backed because I didn't back them. They lost. So we got Kilburn, McCallum with 3, Francis, O'Keefe, Sandycock, Ben Desi, and Gill were in amongst the individual goal scorers there, with Pressler, Buckskin, Francis, Parks, and Bowring. And again, mate, do you see Andy Graham's name there anywhere?
No, it really is.
Really is. He may have got, I think, because he's such a good player, probably got tagged, I reckon, on the weekend. So he got tagged out of the game.
He's told me the other week he was the fullback of the century. Now he's the ruckman of the century as well. So, I mean, he got some fair tickets on himself. So.
Absolutely. Anyway, and obviously Edwardstown, mate?
For Edwardstown, we had Colby Blythe kick 3. We saw him the week before kick 5.
Good gun.
Corey May kicked 2. Ridding got 2, Hollyoake, Woolard, Fox, Jose, Parsons, Horgan and Case. Now we saw the week before Toby Case played a really good game. He was, I think he had about 15 possessions in the opening quarter, and he was the best player again. So if I was at Kilburn, I'll be trying to lock him down this week.
Right.
Horgan, nuggety midfielder. Cavallo plays across the back half.
Yep.
Corey May, big, strong.
Massive unit.
Yeah, not massive. He's a big, strong unit through the core, running through the midfield. Good player, and Fox. So they're the better players. Edwardstown, though, they're going along all right. The week before, 34 points down at three-quarter time. 3 goals in the opening 3 quarters, and you wouldn't give them a shot. 10 goals to 1 in the final quarter over Eastern Park, and then they've continued.
Shattering stuff. Yeah,
they continued it last week against Kilburn at Lionel Avenue.
But anyway, on to the next. So we'll come back to that one in a minute because they're going to play each other again this week. So Jeps Cross, they finished at 2nd, took on Salisbury, who finished bottom, unfortunately. So not a good year. So they will go down Division 6 next year. 5, sorry, my apologies. Yep. It was Jeps Cross 13-11-89, defeating Salisbury 7-6-48. So, and for Jeps Cross, got Clark Rantass with 4. He's nailed it this year. He's got to be in amongst the best and fairest.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, they're both J. That's the problem. So we don't know which one
James
it is.
And Jared.
Both James and Jared, but there's both J's, which makes it hard.
One plays at full forward, and one plays through the midfielder on a wing. Yeah.
So got Rawlings with 2, Gibbs with 2, Ladd with 2, with Charles Smith and his brother Clark Rantass with individuals. The best players Camp, Solzlowski, Mason, and Cathro and Childs.
Yeah, interesting that Rawlins, who plays normally in defence, has rolled forward and kicked a couple of goals for Gypsies, so that was interesting. So see if that happens this week. For Salisbury, Wemorg kicked 2. We had Powell, Wheatra, Mann, Goods, and Kinahan all with singles. Tucker, Minneapolis, Kinahan, Hull, Dalglish, and Smith amongst the better players. So, the Magpies, they're one of the few traditional clubs that don't actually pay anything. So, they're always finding it, up against when you don't do that.
Yeah,
so,
that's it, exactly. So we head out to Eastern Park, who took on Paraka, and it was a probably gut-wrenching loss here to Eastern Park. So it was a Paraka 11-16-82.
That sends them down, unfortunately, for Eastern Park to Division 5.
It does. If they won, they would have been on. They would have been on finished with 13 points. With
They lost 7
down.
points throughout the year.
Yeah.
We have to tell people. I mean, they wouldn't have finished there. And it's a shame because it wasn't long ago they were in Division 1, and these days a pretty well-run club.
Yeah.
So I feel a bit sorry for them.
Absolutely. So, but if they won, they would have been 1 point up. It would have been Smosh West Lakes gone down, but Smosh West Lakes have been saved, so they will be staying in Division 4 next year.
Yeah, Smosh, the beneficiaries of that, Eastern Park less than 7 points. Otherwise, Smosh would have been, they would have been down in successive years. So, yeah.
No, exactly. So anyway, we go to Paraka was Baker with 5, Timpano with 2, Kennedy also with 2, with Van der Moyer and Ditmar in amongst the best players. With the other goal scorer. So best players is Batten, Baker, Eagle, Timpano, and his brother Timpano. So two L Timpano and F Timpano.
For Eastern Park, we had McMullen with 4, we had Marsden with 2, a good young player in Thorpe, Morgan, we saw the week before, kicked 2, quick little fella, and played across half forward. Walkley, Tuckwheel and Michael Burgoyne, all with singles. Better players were Chris Knapp on the captain, McMullen, Bruno O'Loughlin, very good players. Bruno, that's James O'Loughlin, Dedrickson, Warren, and that's that Thorpe Morgan. I think he debuted the week before, and he was his first game, so his second game on the weekend.
Yeah, good on him.
Yeah, so he's he's a likely type.
And we head to the next game. So as we said, Smosh West Lakes have been saved. They will finish 8th, so will not be relegated, stay in Division 4. They took on Mitcham, who finished 6th. They could have, it was probably depending on Edwardstown etc., but they missed the finals by 1 game. There was Mitcham 12-16-88, defeating Smosh West Lakes 7-10-52. So both these teams, the boys will be out there and having a bit of a mad Monday. So start with Mitcham was Aitken with 3, Murray with 2, McGregor Day, Henschel, Matthews, Broadshaw, Daly, Nitra and Roberts were individual goal scorers there, with best players Cantillon, Tucker, Pride, Jennings and Matthews.
For Smosh West Lakes, we saw this lad throughout the year, big telescope arms, Morgan Cox with 2, Lyndon Parham with 1, Haylock with 1, Milojevic with 1, Elliott with 1 and Brown with 1. Cox was their best player, so as I said, he's big likely type, centre forward type, 6'4", 6'5", big telescope arms, goes alright. James Sibic on the wing, fastest man of all in Northern Amateur League, so he was really good. Gates, Hughes and Brad Moore, son of Towie, so well done to Smosh and to Sean Glacken, who just, they've saved their bacon.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just want a big shout out. Now Westfield at West Lakes, I think, or just Westfield, sorry, they donate $10,000 to 3 individuals each for their club for Volunteers of the Year, and
wow, that's
awesome. I think $10,000 for each of them. So now Anthony Forby from Smosh West Lakes is one of the 3.
He won 10 grand.
10 grand for his club.
Okay.
So probably Westfield, great job. So Anthony Forby, he is. I've met him. He's on the junior committee, he's on the senior committee.
Okay.
He does a lot of social media stuff for that club as well. So he's very heavy in that to try and get it up and running to bring the club together, and does a lot of work around the club. So congratulations to Anthony Forby for his work.
10 grand is Smosh West Lakes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but we love the volunteers. They're the backbone of the club, and well done.
They aren't a club that pay a lot either. I mean, you know who pays and who doesn't.
Yeah.
And Smosh do it, pretty well unders, if you know what I mean, around the area, and they do it a lot of volunteers, and players don't get a lot. So well done to them.
Yeah, there is an umpires room just around the back. They could just probably do a couple of little things in the umpires room. I think it's your money. You do what you like with it, but well done to the Smosh West Lakes.
None of us ever know exactly what players get at anything.
No, that's right.
I mean, but when blokes talk, everyone knows roughly what they get. So there are a lot of volunteers at Smosh, and players don't get a lot.
No, they're the backbone of the club. Absolutely.
Yeah, well done.
And we finished off the last game. Galunga took on Kernlight Gardens. This is the one we were going to call, but obviously it was going to be pretty dangerous because we were out in the middle of nowhere.
I was just worried about safety issues
absolutely
and electrical cords and water and things like that. You've got to be conscious of putting people in poor positions if they might get hurt. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And
There'll always be a lot of footy games to call, but only one Darcy and TJ and yeah, so yeah.
But anyway, Glunga took on Kernloch Gardens, and as Glunga finished off the year strong, they've had a bit of a lull there during the year, but it was 16 goals, 7 103, defeating Kernloch Gardens 9-5-59. So good were there. They will have the break this week, Glunga, and Kernloch Gardens, they will finish. Look, they finished 7th, so
Yep.
there was none sort of a game for them. But it was Glunga with Prosser with his bag of 5, Bingman with 3, Bennett with 2, Opperman, Abel Turkey,
yep.
Smith, Athanasios,
Yes.
and Grazzi with the other individual goal scorers. With best players was Bonnie, Prosser, Haran, Anaphosis, and Smith.
Yeah, good to see Harry Prosser amongst the goals. He had a big year last year, hasn't probably had the season that he would have liked. Mickey McMahon back with 3 as well, so very good player coming back off the Crows list. And one of the Bennetts, one of the Bennetts kicked 2, so I don't know if it's a good Bennett or the bad Bennett. TJ calls them a good Bennett and the bad Bennett, so I don't know. Yeah, they're travelling well, Glunga. They got the week off this week. The Kernloch Gardens, Grouch got 4, McLean, Ingram, Cornish, Thomas and Thompson amongst the singles. Lang, Cornish, Ryan Richter, who was in here earlier, Dawkins and Bennett, so they're amongst the better players. So well done to Glunga, they finished in top.
Yep, have a week off, and Kernloch Gardens are having a bit of a mad Monday at the moment, no doubt.
Mad Monday and preparing for 2019.
Correct. So, and this week's games, we'll start with the elimination final. Coburn take on Edwardstown. Now, I'm not going to even bet this one. I'll make Andy Graham happy. I'm not even going to say who's going to win or lose.
We got to have a tip.
No. Get this shit either way.
Yeah, tough one. Edwardstown are riding a bit of a crest of a wave.
They are.
10 goal in the final quarter, they've beaten Kilburn at home. Kilburn would have been trying because they were playing for the double chance. There was no resting anyone. Can they back it up 2 weeks in a row, Edwardstown? Kilburn's form is patchy. You know, they've strung together 2 and 3 wins at a time, but they haven't strung together long. You know, I think it was a 10-8 season for them.
But maybe that loss last week may have sometimes can help you, just to say, okay, now we need to tweak a few things, and they know they've probably seen Edwardstown. They know what's going on with it now. So
also, Kilburn believe that they play well in finals, and you know, because they've won premierships coming from 5th and whatever. But that's with a different playing group, like what happened last year and the year before. Was with a different playing group, different coaches, all of that. So that really matters nothing. I'm going for Kilburn.
And the other game is Jeps Cross take on Paraka. That would be out there at Jeps Cross. They've had a cracking year, Jeps Cross. They've really consolidated that club. They got in a bit. They obviously didn't do that well last year. They've consolidated, done very well, finished in 2nd. I'm going to go for Jeps Cross here. They both finished 11-7, so there's no doubt there was not much between the win-loss ratio. I think Jeps Cross has got the upper hand at home, and they come in with a good sale.
Yeah, Jepsies are the second best side I've seen all year, and I think they will play Glunga in the grand final. So now I think that Glunga and Jeps will play off. Who do I think will win? I don't know yet. At the moment, I'm probably leaning towards Jeps Cross. But yeah, throughout the year we saw Jepsies, a really good side. They've got a really good midfield. They've got Clark Rantassa, they've got Mason, Schmidt. I noticed Schmidt didn't play last week, so I'm hoping he comes back this week for them. They've got a really good midfield. They're a pretty good side. Paraka, they really miss Mercer at full forward. He's their gun, he was their gun, and you know, there's 5 goals taken out of this side. I'm going with Jeps Cross this week. I think they'll win. I think they'll win pretty easily.
Yep, same here. Agree.
Home crowd there at Duncan Fraser. They won't take any prisoners either. There'll be a cheers of zigzag around the ground, and I think Jeps will get up, mate.
Yep. All right, that's it for Division 4. All the best for the teams in the finals. Have fun, all the guys out on a Mad Monday during the week, and we'll see you soon.
Enjoy.